The man, the myth, the legend, Jesse Dew.
How's it going?
Wanaka Hike and Fly.
Yeah, no, round 2.
What's the plan?
Walk less than last year and fly more than last year.
That's a good plan.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. So the format of the competition is 3 days, starting from Wanaka. There's 64 turn points, and you've got to tag as many as possible. The further they are from Wanaka, the more that they are worth. You get 5 points for staying at one of the designated huts, and you lose 10 points if you don't make it back to the start again. What does the weather look like today?
It looks mental.
Yeah? Like good?
Like good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, so hiking up the Waterfall Creek track in Wanaka, Roy's Peak. Beautiful morning. Looks like a mega forecast, so I'm going to try and make the most of the flying weather and tag as many turn points as I can. But the aim is to fly towards Queenstown and then Glenorchy. Hopefully just one long flight, and then probably some more hiking in the following days. But I'll find my supporter, Petr. He's walked my bivvy gear up because it's going to basically be a vol biv, really, because we're flying into an area, well, I'm planning on a flight into an area with no roads, so. Wanaka Hike and Fly 2022, cool. So I've done the first turn point, which is Roy's Peak, and I've nearly done the second turn point, which is Mount Alta, Alpha, which is just there. And then I'm going to plan on flying south towards Queenstown first, and I got a bit of headwind. Okay, I'm at 6,600 feet, and I'm heading for the third turn point, which is Middle Peak. It's a couple of k's away, just that one over there. And then I'll be heading for Knuckle Peak, and then Cadrona, and then Rose's Saddle. But it looks good ahead, nice clouds. This is one of my favourite places, right on the cloud. Beautiful. Oh, I'm at 8,000 feet. I'm climbing above the cloud here. So I've done 1, 2, 3, 4 turn points, and I'm about to hit my 5th. And then I'll go over to Rose's Saddle, and then I've got to try and cross the Harris. All looks doable. All right, so I'm at 8,200 feet, Rose's Saddle. This turn point was to be on the ground, but I'm not going to spiral down for it. Next turn point, Vanguard, which is this one over here. And then Mount Hyde, which is that one over there. And then Orem, which is over that way. But the flying's been pretty good. So Vanguard turn point now, and then Mount Hyde, and then Mount Orem. Hopefully the westerly's not too strong that I won't be able to cross the Richardson, but there's a nice convergence cloud that's leading across, so that's good. Oh, that was 6 meters a second. Wow. I'm crossing the shot over. Aaron's above me. Hopefully we can connect here. Next turn point's Mount Orem. Getting a pretty terrible glide, but I'm hoping I'm going to arrive above this ridge. Ah, the shot over. Look at this. Here's Aaron. Oh, g'day. Oh, it's the summit of Mount Orem. That's the flood burn down there. And it's looking good ahead. I just got to not break airspace. I'm at 8,400 feet now. And the ceiling here is 9.5, oh, 13.5 right here, somehow. But I'm going to be 9.5 any second. And then next turn point, Macintosh, which is over there. Oh, there's Macintosh. That's the next turn point. And I've got to land there, which might be quite hard because it's going off like a fish milkshake. Aaron's down there somewhere. He looked like he was a bit lower than the ridge. I've done exactly the same thing in there before and I got nailed. Can't see him anymore, but yeah, I'm also trying to be careful not to break airspace. I'm at 9,000 feet here. And it's it's going up everywhere. Might have to do some spirals soon. So yeah, Topland Macintosh, and then Larkins, which is just there, and then Speed Peak and Benmore, which is down there, and then after that, I don't know, in fact, I have to go back up the Richardson, I guess, or I could do Mount Head and then Loch Nagar. But yeah, I've got to go land now. Yo! Alright, I've top landed at Macintosh Hut. Just here, this is a feet on the ground turn point. It's been pretty good flying so far. Full on at times. And yeah, it was quite good top landing here. And now I've got to go down to Larkins next. And then Speed Peak and Benmore. And then I guess maybe back up to Mount Head. And then Loch Nagar. And then maybe somewhere into the Matuki, we'll see. But it's coming up on 4 o'clock, so better get a move on. Another dilemma. I'm up at 9,500 feet. The turn point's just on the other side of the airspace line, so I need to get a bit lower before I go in, because there's a massive cloud right over the turn point as well. So got to do more spirals again. The hardest thing about today has been just staying out of the airspace.
So here I'm spiraling down so that I can enter the airspace to tag the turn point. I immediately turn around and exit the airspace before I break it.
So I got the Speed Peak turn point and the Benmore turn point, and now I've had a change of plan and I'm flying back towards Coronet Peak. I've left the Richardson, or well, I'm leaving the Richardson, and yeah, I think if I can get to Coronet Peak, that'll set me up for tomorrow.
So the thought process here was that if I flew back in the direction of Wanaka, at least if I made Coronet Peak, then I should be able to spend the next 2 days walking back to Wanaka, because it didn't really look that flyable. It was quite cool here, getting the climb on Mount Dewar, right on the edge of the CTR.
So I made it past Coronet Peak, and now I'm going to head for Rose's Saddle, because I didn't get those points, because I didn't land there, and it's putting me closer back to Wanaka, which is goal. I thought about going and top landing on Brow Peak, but I think it's too late in the day to get away from there. Maybe not. Well, this is something I haven't done before, and that's spiraling down to land at Rose's Saddle at the end of the day. Usually it's the last place you want to end up at the end of the day. But I'm going to top land here, and then I'll probably just try and see how far I could glide up the Motatapu. But the day's almost done. It's 10 to 6. Wrong side of the fence. Yo!
So I was pretty happy to get this thermal. I wasn't expecting to get it, and I just took it as high as I could, because every meter I gained was a meter that I didn't have to walk down the Motatapu.
Well, I'm at 7,500 feet. I've been flying for about 6.5 hours, and I'm gonna just get to this point and then follow this ridge out and try and get onto the Criffle. I might end up landing at the bottom of Mount Barker, and then after that, I don't know, like I guess I'll try and get over to the Grand View, but I'm expecting I'll probably land because it's getting late, 6:30. And Aaron's had a good day as well, so he went up through the Cascade and he's now coming down Triple Peak.
So this is final glide for the day, and the plan is to tag the Barker turn point in the air and then glide as far as I can down the road.
Coming into land.
So after landing, I packed up and I walked towards Mount Maud. The plan was to get to the base of the track before the end of the day, so that in the morning I could hike up and try and fly off before it blew out.
It's 9:10. I'm still going. Another 20 minutes. Try and get as close to the bottom of Mount Maud as I can, so I can get up and do a sled ride in the morning. Well, that's a wrap for day one. So I've made it to the bottom of the track that goes to Mount Maud. Mega flight, amazing flight, really strong climbs, so like 7-8 meters a second, and managed to top land Macintosh. That was spectacular. And then I flew over Speed Peak and then managed to make it back to Wanaka. Tagged Barker, tagged Mount Iron, and I just spent the last 2.5 hours walking to get to the bottom of the Mount Maud tracks. It looked really windy in the morning, so I'm hoping to get up Mount Maud and glide off before it blows out. It's just gone past 6:30 in the morning, and I've started walking where I set off yesterday, which is near the bottom of Mount Maud. Had the option of walking up the south face, which I probably should have done because it doesn't look that windy right now. But I've decided to go up the west face because the turn point is lower down, so if it does get blown out, then I don't have to go all the way to the top. Well, I'm at the Mount Maud turn point, and it's blowing straight downhill, so I'm not going to fly, which is a shame, but it's not too much of a walk down. Back down and then across the flats.
So I spent the rest of the day walking across the flats with Chris, and then we went up Grandview and across the top and stayed in the hut with all the others. It was a fun evening. We were all pretty tired, but managed to share some stories over the last few days over a couple of beers. The next day was too windy to fly, so I walked down the trail and met Peter, my supporter, at the Gladstone Beach. He gave me an awesome breakfast.
The legend. Oh, that's a good meal.
And then I spent the rest of the day with Brad and Chris, and we walked across the flats and back to Wanaka, which meant that we didn't get the -10 points penalty.
All right, we're not far off the finish line. What have we got, like 2k or something?
Yeah. 2k, is it?
Something, oh, it's probably not that far.
Yeah.
Pretty much in town now. So yeah.
3 roundabouts in the corner.
Got 3 hours to do it, so we could swing by the bottle shop.
Yeah.
And,
what's another 500 metres on 50k, right?
Yeah. Oh, it's been a big day, but it's been good fun, hasn't it? All right. Yeah. All right, let's get to the goal. Yeah. We're about to enter the goal paddock. Yoo-hoo!
Yeah.
It's just around the corner. That's it. Race is done pretty much.
So that's a wrap for this year. Big thanks to Kinga and everyone on the team that made it possible, and I'm looking forward to next year.